Friends, today when we look at Dongfeng Nano's second car, the Nano 06, we can see that the design is really completely different from the previous Nano 06, which has a round style. It emphasizes the square feeling of the entire shape and the entire body. The lines are also sharper, including the design of the entire light group. You can also see that it has a dragon and feet, which gives this car a little square and bright feeling. So this. The body length is 4,306 mm, which is not particularly large, but what? With the blessing of this design, you still look very powerful. Then when you come to the entire body surface, you can first see that it uses a Shenhe A note, including this semi-hidden door handle. It is the same as Xiaomi's products. There is a separate button, so what about calling? His entire bonding mechanism is able to bounce open. And what about the bottom piece? The shape of the dragon drum is also relatively distinguishable. It is a very closed or new energy product. Of course, the design concept adopted by this car is called Cheek Rubik's Cube. So what he emphasizes more is the variety of the entire shape and space, the degree of change. This feature is actually very obvious when we come to the rear of the car. In the whole shape, you may not see too big a cake. Of course, I think the shape of the light group is quite good according to the sentence, and more importantly, when you turn it on, wow, this car is actually a design of heaven and earth doors. You have to know that this design only appeared in some luxury brands before, such as BMW's X5 and Land Rover's Ma Sheng, but now this electric SUV, I estimate, is a product with a price of less than 100,000, and we are equipped with the same design. So what's the advantage of this design? First of all, when you close the floor door first, the entire length of the tailgate above you is relatively short. If you park in a basement and the space behind it is not very large, only the upper door can actually go. Things inside will not be affected by the large space. The second point is after the floor door is opened, there is a ground door behind this which can bear a load of 150 kilograms, so it is completely no problem for two adults to sit here. Imagine if it's outdoors, it's very practical for you to enjoy the scenery when fishing here. Then, the trunk space inside is also very large. At the same time, we made a layered design. The partition below can be lowered by a floor and some water wheel tools can be placed under it. Therefore, this car can definitely satisfy the storage capacity of this car. When we go out to play, we can bring some camp recording equipment or some large luggage, and then the interior design of the car is really completely different from the style of the whole appearance, so you can feel clearly as soon as you sit. It's an incredibly homely and warm style. Firstly, the color is a very welcoming hue, both tones. Additionally, the entire design is devoid of any harsh or sharp lines, featuring only rounded ones. Moreover, over 60% of the car's exterior is constructed from soft materials, making it extremely pleasant to the touch. The most crucial aspect for me is the car's perfectly symmetrical internal layout. Indeed, because of this car, it will compete globally. They are developing multiple versions simultaneously, making it easier to create symmetrical types and directly make multiple boards. Another major highlight in terms of the overall built-in aspect is its saving ability. There is a 50-yard wireless charging mobile phone slot, and the space inside the central armrest is quite deep. The main large passage in the middle is completely opened up, providing ample space and a closed storage slot for items. The mobile phone includes this detailed small hook, and the panel in front of the subframe can also be used as a storage board, and the space inside the glove box is really new. You can see that there are a lot of choices inside. Basically, my depth of a small B, including the area on the door panel, gives us a large saving space. It is definitely quite easy to use. Then in terms of configuration, I found that it gives us a camera sensor with a price outside the car, and then I can see it on the operating system inside the car, and there is a bracket to guide it. It includes high-speed navigation function and memory navigation function, which is also. In the future, it will also be equipped with a relatively high-end pricing system. Basically, judging from the capabilities that can be seen now, it is relatively equal to the capabilities of the BYD Battle of Gods C version, and the overall performance of the seats is also quite good. At the same time, I can see the main price from the Holo, which is equipped with the ventilation and heating functions of the seat. Hey, when you come to the second row, first of all, you have to talk about this car. Its whole door opening angle is not particularly big, so if you have an elderly person or a child at home, it may not be so convenient to get on the bus, but the advantage is that the internal space is indeed very large. The length of the car body is only in the early 4 or 3 years, but the car body has reached 27,015 mm. At my 1.9 meter height, you can see that there is still a punch space in the back leg, and then there is still a certain margin above the head. It is indeed very iamy, and the rear seats are also in this very style. You don't have to worry about the ride comfort. In terms of power system, this car will use a 135. As for the single motor of 1,000 yards, the specific parameters of the battery are not yet known, but what is certain is that this one can support a charging unit up to 3C. This is indeed quite rare at this level. It takes about 5 minutes to replenish 100 kilometers. It only takes 18 minutes to rush from 30% to 80%, which is quite fast. In fact, to sum up in the end, after today's experience, I think this car's competitor in the future market will be BYD's original Up, so I estimate. Its starting price may be between 80,000 and 90,000, and at this price, the first advantage of this car is that its design is really good looking, and the second point, I think, is the expansibility brought by the design of this heaven and earth door, including the flexibility of space and a different lifestyle when using the car. The third point must be that his 3C charging is at this price, which can be regarded as a relatively advanced technology. What do you think of this car? If interested, you can look forward to it together.